Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Naomi, the Brickanista out of Seattle. And oh my gosh, what an amazing news show we started yesterday. For those of you who missed it, yesterday we started a new segment called What, When, Why Wednesdays. And we pick a topic and we invite a guest to talk about the topic. And it was Brickmaster 2022. Remy and I had a great time chatting with Alyssa. So Nine Brick City. So Alyssa of Nine Brick City had hosted this Brickmaster 2022 competition, and we had a chance to talk about the different challenges and some of the winners. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, definitely go take a look at Brickmaster 2022 on Instagram and check out all of that. And you can watch the video on my YouTube channel here. And this is a weekly segment that we're going to be doing Wednesdays a little earlier because Brick Literacy, Remy, is on the East Coast, so I didn't want to have him stay up so late. So we are starting that at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays. We had our first show yesterday, which was a ton of fun. Really invite you to come check that out and come take a look live, or watch the recording later. And today is Thrifty Thursday. And for those of you who are new to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, I've been doing these Thursday segments for almost a whole year. It's been amazing just how quickly things have gone. And today I'm going to be working on this mech set. This is the Avengers mech, the Black Panther Mech Armor. And it's interesting, we always talk about, do superheroes really need mechs? They probably don't need mechs, right? But these sets, what's awesome about these sets is that they're at a really good price point at $9.99, and you get a minifigure in there as well. So, oh, hey, Zach Martinez, good to see you. Yep, happy Thrifty Thursday. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is that today as well? Oh, I did not know about that. So, typo. Oh, okay. I was going to say, is there another holiday I forgot? But yeah, in fact, it was funny. There was a joke going around about yesterday was 420. And for those of you who know, the 420 laws about marijuana use vary from state to state. So some people were texting me saying that my neighbor is celebrating 420 because I can smell it over here. Oh, hi, Vicarious Brickstress. Good to see you. Aloha. And yeah, so anyway, yesterday was so much fun. I had a great time hanging out with Alyssa and Remy. So I've been starting this new segment earlier, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. And the co-host is Remy, also known as Brick Literacy. And we already have our shows already lined up until the start of Lego Masters Season 3. So you probably know that Lego Masters is starting on May 31st, so that Tuesday. And last year I did a spoiler show or recap show with Yano River Blue, and also known as Femme from the Block, and she'll be joining us too later in the season. So we're super excited about it. I think as Fox starts releasing some of the cast members, we can talk about those also on the Wednesday show. But super, super fun. Yesterday, we talked about the Brickmaster 2022 competition. And this is the other thing that I didn't realize. And Alyssa explained this, that she came up with these Brickmaster 1x8 badge bricks. And she said, as long as you participate in this, you can get one of those. And I didn't jump in on this competition because as you know, I've been hosting these Mind the Brick challenges or Eco the Brick challenges along with Nick Bright. So I didn't want to overcommit myself, but she said if I just want to do one of them and then just submit it and put the hashtag Brickmaster 2022. In fact, I'll go ahead and put that hashtag in the chat. That just Brickmaster 2022. You can go ahead and take a look at the video that we did yesterday, or just go to her website on Instagram and you can see some of the rules for some of the different challenges. And I think it's going to be fun. And the great part about it is now that the challenge is over, there's no time limit. So you could just do one. And then she said, if you do one, send her your mailing address and she'll send you a badge. And I told her, don't send me my badge until I've earned it. I've declared that I'm going to do one. I'm probably going to do the touch of magic, where you create a grayscale monotone type of build and then add color to it later. I was really intrigued by that, and I didn't have a chance to do that. That was her second challenge. And I'm thinking, okay, that's something that, and you want to do some things that you're going to enjoy as well. And I think the other thing is all of her challenges were amazing as far as they were very well thought out. And it was something that the community could get engaged with. But the best part is that the very last challenge, she had a bonus challenge where people could create a trophy honoring one of the peers that they were very inspired by. So a trophy or a crown, and then you can celebrate somebody else's success. So whether or not you won the prizes, you'd still got a chance to honor the people who were also participating with you. She was very generous, and it was just a really amazing 5 weeks that she put together. Just, I'm still in awe of what she's been able to accomplish in the community. And yes, that's my dog. Okay, yes, we heard that. Thank you. She heard one of my neighbors slam the door, so it's okay. We're safe here. We're safe. So Zach was saying, I don't follow her challenge at all much, though I appreciated it after and found it very interesting. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the other thing is that what's great about it, and she mentioned this on the show yesterday, is that if you didn't get a chance to participate, you can still do that now. You don't have to wait until next year because she's still thinking about, and I'm pretty sure she's going to do a 2023, though she didn't commit that on the show. Oh, hey, Lena, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that if you are thinking about doing it, I'm planning to do, like I said, I'm declaring this, so I better do this, right? The Touch of Magic challenge. I think I can put together a grayscale monotone build and then add some color to it. I think that's going to be really, really fun to do. So yeah. All right. So why don't I show you my down camera? Que Sera is doing an amazing job as a guard dog. Well, you know what's funny is that she's very skittish. So when she sees a dog, she actually kind of runs away. So I think she's good at alerting and maybe deterring somebody from coming in here because then they'll hear her bark, and she's got a pretty decent bark. Oh my God, it's brother from another brick. BFAB, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, we were just talking about yesterday's show. So I'm doing a show with Remy, Brick Literacy, once a week on Wednesdays. And we had our first guest, which was Nine Brick City. So Alyssa, and I had a really good time. Yeah, Que Sera is a protective dog that knows her limits. Well, like I said, when she sees another dog or if she sees a person, she tends to run away. So I think she's more, this is definitely her bark is worse than her non-bite. I've not seen her bite anything, so she's a pretty tame dog. You're doing okay? How am I doing? I am doing great because for those of you who don't know, I just got a job. Okay, get this. I'm going to segue for a moment here since BFAB asked. So I just signed the paperwork today, so I can make this formal announcement. I've already kind of made an announcement last Friday, but I got a job as the executive director of XBot Robotics. And XBot Robotics is a nonprofit here in the Seattle area. And get this, they focus on 3 programs. And one of them, they're competing right now in Houston as part of the first robotics world championships. So they have the first robotics, they have 3D printing, and wait for it, first Lego League. So I'm going to get paid to help kids understand first Lego League as part of the programming that is part of this XBot Robotics. And in fact, I was talking to one of the board members about some of the equipment and some of the things that they are doing. And I'll be starting on Monday. I'm very excited. So thank you for all the congratulations. I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't been too vocal about it because I wanted the paperwork to go through, and we just signed it today. I start officially on Monday, and I was worried, honestly. Some of you know I've been looking for a job for, a little bit, and I was worried about when I go back into the workplace, I might have to wear a suit every day or commute every day. I was interviewing for a job in Tukwila, and the thought of having to commute every day, 40 to 45 minutes each way, having to find a pet service to take care of my dog. I mean, there was a lot of logistics, and Brickanisa's about to be a millionaire. No, this is a nonprofit. And I took a salary hit because it wasn't where I wanted on my salary, but there are some benefits. It's a hybrid job, so I could work from home as well as in the office. I'm the very first employee, so I'm going to be spearheading the changes that are going to take place there at that organization. And more importantly, I'm going to be helping kids that are underserved in the South Seattle area in the K through 12. So yeah, I can officially celebrate. Exactly. And for those of you who don't know, I've often mentioned this, and I did not grow up in a rich family. And that's why a lot of what I do today, for example, Thrifty Thursday, is I come from a blue collar family. My dad was a postal worker, and my mom worked in a jewelry department at Macy's. She was a store clerk. And I didn't have these amazing sets that a lot of the kids are getting now from Lego. In fact, I always remember that my first experience with Lego is pretty much going to a classroom and having a big bin of Lego, just dumped on the floor, and we would grab what we needed to work on our projects, and then we'd have to tear it apart and put it back in the bin. So this is kind of a full circle moment for me, because I really relate to a lot of these kids who don't have a lot of money. Some of them are on the food lunch program who would not have exposure to some of these amazing tools. The 3D printing too. I mean, that's going to be fantastic working with that. So it's really a whole culmination of a lot of the work that I've done before, my passion for Lego, and the work I've done with the nonprofit community and helping these K through 12 kids. So I'm super, super excited about it. And I'm really thankful too, because as you know, I wasn't clear what direction I was going in. So now I have a clear direction. So yeah, that's a big deal to help people find a career in robotics. Yeah. Or just to gain confidence to know that you can understand these concepts. And I also was spring cleaning, and I found this award that I had received when I was in high school. Okay, this is going back decades, folks. Rewind the tape. And I had gotten a recognition from Bank of America in mathematics and science. And that's why I think of this kind of as a full circle moment, because some of these kids may be lacking confidence when it comes to, science, technology, engineering, and math. And to be able to give back and as part of this career, and I don't have to wear a business suit every day. Right? My normal wardrobe of t-shirts and jeans is probably going to fit really well here. I know I'm going to have to dress up a couple of times, and I do clean up fairly well if I need to talk to sponsors and other executives. So don't worry, I won't be, slouching when I go talk to people. I'll be okay. But yeah, it's super, super excited. And thank you everyone for all your support. Don't worry, I'll still be streaming because I stream in the off hours, not during the working day. So just don't worry, a lot of this will still continue. And we're speaking of continue. Oops. Okay, here we go. Got rid of that echo. So this is what we're working on today. We are working on this Black Panther armor mech, or mech armor. And this cover art doesn't really do it justice for the colors, because I took the drawing or the photo from Lego, and it looks like it has some really nice purple pieces in here. And I believe many of them are pre-printed. I mean, we'll see if there's any stickers, but if you remember the Wolverine mech, we didn't have stickers on that. So my prediction is that we're going to have these nice custom pieces that are pre-printed. Business casual has taken so much a literal name lately. Yeah, that's true. But and in my previous jobs, I used to be in the tech world, and I also worked in computers, and I worked in biotech. So there have been moments where I've had to wear lab coats, for example, in biotech, and then there's also been times where I've had to, wear business suits. When I was on the board of the Toastmasters International, this nonprofit that I used to be a part of, I had to wear business suits and give speeches. So yeah, like I said, I can clean up if I have to, but I prefer to wear jeans and a t-shirt. And yes, Lena, I did say the name. We've been hesitant about saying the name of this nonprofit, but I think that's public information that I've been on the board. That is not something, excuse me, and it's not something that I need to hide. Okay, so we've got the booklet here. Oh, PT McEwen's here. Hey, how's it going, PT? Good to see you. In fact, I'm glad PT is here because I also made a declaration on another stream about what we're going to do at Bricks by the Bay. So for those of you who don't know, Bricks by the Bay is a conference that's coming up, a Lego Con coming up between June, I want to say 23rd through the 26th. Uh-oh. You know all about this. This is the Micropolis collab that we are doing. But what I declared, and this goes back to those badge bricks and some other things, is that we are calling it the Mega Micropolis Metropolis Multiverse. I'm going to put that in the chat. The Mega Micropolis Metropolis Multiverse. All right. So the 4 M's. We're going to do this collab over at Bricks by the Bay. If you're interested in participating, I will start working on probably some specs because I think for people who have not done this before, I will refer you to the interview I did with the Agents of Mock. So I did a whole discussion about Micropolis. Yeah, so many M's. It's good. Actually, that would be awesome to also give out M&Ms, huh? Anyway, we'll talk logistics later. But I mentioned in that interview how this 7-year-old boy had watched me and some other people put together a Micropolis build at a mini maker fair. And he asked, can I do this? And we said, yeah, of course you can do this. And he brought the very next day this little build, which was a red house with a semi truck turning the corner around this house. It was great. And he was so excited to be part of this. M&M minis would work because of micro scale. Yeah, good at thinking. Yeah. And you already have some ideas for, all right. Well, here's the other thing. Here's breaking news, because I was chatting with the godfather of Micropolis, okay, Max Braun. And I asked him, I said, in this interview, we talked about the multiverse. And the multiverse could have Harry Potter, it could have Star Wars, it could have regular buildings. But I asked him, has anybody done any floating or clouds? You know how people can be living in the clouds, like in the Dr. Seuss books or the gods of Olympus. So he says, not that he knows of. So so PT, you and I need to sit down and have our thinking caps on, because I think it would be super cool if we had like floating islands, almost like steampunk kind of islands or something like that, floating over the city. It'd have to be strategically done, but I think it could be something that would be super cool. Yeah, Unikitty, that's right. Unikitty had her cloud, cuckoo cloud thing, right? Her building. That's true. Cap is on. Okay, good. I think we could do it with trans clear lifter arms. And if you take a look and go back to a Beyond the Brick interview, with this Irish woman who did a city of the Fortress of Solitude. And she used a lot of these lifter arms to make the, and hers was minifig scale. So if we do this micro scale, I think those lifter arms would be perfect for lifting things up above the city to have them floating. So anyway, yeah, and steampunk you like. Okay, okay. So like I said, this is our collab. So we can say, in addition to doing a standard micropolis, you could also do a cloud-based, or, and I shouldn't say cloud-based, that sounds like software, but something floating over the city, like a steampunk engine, or, you know, and it's micropolis, so you'd have to still keep the scale kind of shorter. But yeah, the best in a city in the clouds. Yes, cloud cities, exactly, exactly. Cloud City Micropolis. So I think we're going to try something like that. I think it would be super cool. So I'm glad you're down for the idea. So I guess you heard it here, and I probably should have called you offline before I said something here. But anyway, so do you need to register for Bricks by the Bay to participate? Actually, I'm still talking with the coordinators, because some people may not be able to afford that. And if they're not going for you to plop down $90 just so you could have a mock in there, I think the alternative is, if you still want to ship your mock, it might have to be registered under me or PT or some of the other coordinators there as part of the collab. And that, but you would still have to handle shipping for the shipping to us and shipping back. So I think that's where we're heading, but I can't commit to it just yet until I get written confirmation. But it would be great to get a lot of people participating in this. And if we can pull off the Cloud City part, I have a mentor who did a floating island at BrickCon. His name is Jubal Sherald. So I'm going to reach out to Jubal and ask him too about how he did his floating island. So anyway, you heard it here, folks. Bricks by the Bay. I think we're going to have an epic build. And I think if we can do a floating island, I think that, or, you know, floating clouds above the city, that would be good. Can buy more parts. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that, I mean, we'll have to find out, because I know that, you know, people, different cons do things different ways. So when I went to Bricks Cascade, what they offered was a mock only kind of registration. So I think the full fare was something like $85. And if you just wanted to show up to, I think you could attend and register mocks, or you could just register mocks if you're overseas. But you didn't have to go to the entire convention, and you didn't get the prizes. I think that was the other thing, is that qualifying for the prizes was also something you had to be careful about. I'm still talking with the coordinators, but I think at a minimum, if people want to participate, even if it's under, you know, the umbrella of one of the people who are registered, we'll make it happen. I mean, it's all part of art, right? It's an art exhibit. That's what we're doing. So I'm super stoked when I asked Max about this, and he says he hasn't heard of anybody doing that before. And I think steampunk / floating islands, you know, thanks for the Unikitty option too. But don't forget, this is micro scale. So you'd have to create like a little tiny Unikitty cloud city kind of thing, which I think would be super fun. I don't know how people are going to respond to that. Some people might say we're blasphemous. Ship and we will include in the collab. Yeah, I think so. And I do have somebody from Sortlug who lives 10 minutes away, and he did offer to accept shipments, but we could also accept them at the hotel. I mean, there's a variety of ways I think we could do this. Okay, I'm confused because we do have the head here. Let's see, this is, yeah, my lighting here is not that great. Let me see if I move this lighting over here. Instead of lighting my face, let's see if we light this up. Is that better? It's a little bit better. Yeah. Good night, Lena. Take care. It's been a crazy past 24 hours. Yeah, well, get well soon. Okay, I'll go back and light my face and bring this back when we need it. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm super stoked about this idea. And like I said, I ran it past the Godfather first to say, what do you think about, floating items like, airships, blimps, like I said, floating islands, Asgard, you could have, Mount Olympus. I mean, you could have a bunch of different things if you wanted to, things that are in the clouds above the city. It's just figuring out how to present them at a show. That's going to be the tricky part. So, yeah. But I'm glad you liked the idea, PT. Okay, so we have, I think this is StreamYard. So I go back and forth between StreamYard and Streamlabs OBS. And like I said, the lighting here is terrible. Here, let me try this again. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's a little shiny, but you can see the print on there. And it's printed on the back as well. So, yeah. And the other thing I didn't do, don't know if you want some music. Let me see if I can get some DMCA music in the background. Yeah, one of the things that I do like about this new setup that I've done here, you notice I'm not building in the box. So I've got this non-slip surface that you usually use for drawers, and it seems to be working pretty well. Okay, let's see, DMCA free songs. Okay, let's try this. Uh-oh, is that too loud? Whoa, no. How can we get songs that are DMCA free that aren't like R-rated? That was really bad. Okay, how about if we just do instrumental? Instrumental ones. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Well, see, the problem is Spotify doesn't have like DMCA types of things. I'm pulling up like Kanye West and L. King and all of those. So why don't we maybe, I'll try one more thing. Let's see if Pretzel Rocks. That's what I usually use. But I might have to start the other program. Okay, we're gonna go no music. Like, oh my God, that was crazy. I'm dead. You started playing a corpse song. I know. It was like it said DMCA. It is after hours. That's true. At least it wasn't on my 6 o'clock show. So, and the other thing that Brick Literacy and I were talking about is maybe on my Twitch channel, because I stream at 9 o'clock on Twitch. I'm glad you found that amusing. That we may bring up not necessarily controversial topics, but topics that you can discuss that maybe you may not want to chat with children about. And, when I say that, like, for example, things like the violence against Asian Americans that are happening right now in Chinatowns around the world. I mean, that's something that is not necessarily R-rated, but you don't really want to talk about that at 6 o'clock where you might have a bunch of kids watching, Yeah. So that's why we're talking about it. If we do go down that route, I'll be sure to let you know. But I told him I wouldn't want to do it at a 6 o'clock. I'd rather do it at one of the other time slots on my other shows. So yeah, stay tuned. Be doing some of that. But yeah, I don't even know what Corpse is. It said DMCA free. Is Corpse doing DMCA free stuff? I mean, that is so weird. Yeah. You notice I stopped it right away. I don't even think it made it to 20 seconds. You're all about controversial topics. Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe I should have you as a guest host for that. Have you, Brick Literacy, me, some other people talking about that. That would be on Twitch, wouldn't be on YouTube, but something something to think about. Yeah. Uh-oh. I did a no-no. See, one reason why I liked this is that these things weren't slipping off the but that was my fault because it flicked off of my finger. So anyway, so I'm doing some preliminary knolling. So yeah, you just have to watch me knoll for a little bit. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so no music because I can't seem to figure that out right now. But I don't know. I guess I do have some rudimentary editing skills, so I could edit that out. You probably noticed that I've been doing a couple of reels lately on Instagram. And my reels, I've been using my Premiere Pro editing skills to be able to, have overlays of pictures along with, some of the content that I'm doing. And that's come out pretty well, but it also feels, part of what Instagram is supposed to be is kind of like quick videos that you can do. But I can't stand that, the mirror image. That drives me crazy. That's half of the reason why I do those video edits is just because I just hate seeing my mirror image, especially if I'm wearing a t-shirt that has some text on it. Okay, so here's what I was mentioning earlier about the pre-printed pieces. So that is beautiful. It's got this silver on it and purple and black, and it's a curve. It's a 2x2 curve piece. You don't need music. You already have some playing in your head. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And it's interesting because I've watched other streamers and some of them have some background music and others are just like now, no music. So good. I'm glad you don't care. Yeah, this has a lot of really small pieces, just to warn you that it does get a little intensive, like these little 1x1 up brackets, for example. So hopefully I can, and I've talked to Zach about this, that knolling hopefully will make the build go faster. That's my hope. But yeah, so I've been, as you know, now that I've made my announcement about my job, I've been learning a lot about robotics competitions. And I did not know this, that the person who started the first robotics section or group is Daniel Kamen. And for those of you who don't know Daniel Kamen, he's this amazing inventor. And he's the guy who invented the Segway. So, in addition to being brilliant and creating these products that really literally have changed our lives, he's also done amazing work with this nonprofit organization called First. And First sponsors Lego League, and they sponsor also this robotics competition. And just learning about that alone, I was, in the dark about that. So anyway, just if you are interested, I did put a link in my bio on Instagram because the team that I'm going to be hosting as part of my new job is called Xbot 488. Daniel sounds like a total Chad, I guess. Anyway, to me, he's like the Thomas Jefferson or Thomas Edison. Sorry, Thomas Edison. The Thomas Edison of the current century. So yeah, totally cool dude. He's got, I think, 1,000 patents that are listed in his name too. Yeah. So somebody that you should watch. And, maybe segues are not something that may have changed your life, but for many people, it's given them more mobility that they wouldn't have had. Okay, so there's a couple of claws in here, not, similar to what you saw in the Wolverine Mech. You have a couple, got 3 of these things. A little different. Okay, yay. I think we got through that. So now we get to build. And they do have the online instructions as well. But considering this price point to get to this point, I think it's great that they have, and also these newer instructions have that flare, and then the progress list. Okay, so apparently I did not put on the right. Okay, so I was wondering, there's another head in here. Okay, let me see if I can put some light on here, because I know you can't see that very well. Okay, so you see how there's printing on that? So this is actually the Black Panther mask, and there's another side that's two-sided. So this one looks more like an Iron Man kind of mask here, but it's two-sided and it's black with silver and purple printing. Sorting is a type of knolling. I was wondering where these were going to come in. All right, so there we go. All right. At least I think we had this complaint about the Wolverine Mech. The Wolverine Mech. Okay, I don't know if. Okay, these ears go in the back. The Wolverine Mech, if you remember, the minifig did not come with a hairpiece. So he's bald. Is this guy going to have a pinky? I don't think so. I'm glad you brought that up, Vicarious Bricksters. I think all of the mechs don't have pinkies. I think they cut back. So for those of you who missed it, the Wolverine Mech ended up with only 4 digits. It had a thumb, an opposable thumb. It had 1, 2, 3 digits, but no pinky. So we put a pinky on it. So we may have to do the same thing here. Yeah, and there are some pretty pieces in here. Okay, so it looks like they want us to start with the 2x4 Technic brick. Yeah, like I said, with the knolling, hopefully this will go faster. I might even be able to do things one-handed. That would be something, huh? Yeah, I've been, like I said, I'm just so excited how things have come together, and I have already used the wrong piece. I was wondering, why would they put that piece there? Let's see, I knolled all this. Where's the panel? Looking for the panel piece. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Yeah. Cartoon characters. Oh yeah, with no pinky, exactly. Yeah. Oops. Here, let me get rid of this. My branding is in the way. Get this banner out of the way. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think with this new setup, I'm going to have to get another light. Because right now, I think part of the problem is I have this down camera, which is a cell phone, and it's blocking the surface down here. So, okay. Yeah, so I've been watching these robotics competitions in preparation for my new job. And I put the link in the chat, or not in the chat, I put the link into the my bio on Instagram. And I've been watching, and I don't know how many of you have been to a robotics competition, but what's interesting is that there's 2 components to the competition. One of them has to do with like shooting balls in a basket, right? You have a low basket and you have a tall basket. And then you get a certain number of points for, getting the baskets in. But the other part is called the traverse. And that is when you bring your robot into the finish line and you have to climb these bars and move your robot forward on the bars. And it reminded me a lot of gymnastics, because as you know, my niece, both of my nieces were big into gymnastics. So when I'm watching this competition, I'm thinking, you know, all those years that I went to my niece's competitions are really paying off. Okay, so this, I hope this is correct. All right. It's hard to tell, but I think from these directions that it has this little overhang. So you can see that overhang here. So not battle bots. No, no, these are not battle bots. These are what's called First Robotics. In fact, here, let me see if I can put the link in for the Twitch page, because there are so many divisions, and we're in what's called the Hopper division. Yeah, First Inspires. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this into the chat so you can bookmark this and watch it. And then on my Instagram feed, I also have the schedule. And the next one, that 488, is going to be on, I'm not going to be at the first one, which is at like 6 in the morning, because they're in Houston right now. But I will be looking at doing, observing them, you know, for the next several competitions. Okay, this always drives me crazy. All right, here, let me show you what's driving me crazy here. Okay, so they're saying, okay, take this piece and put it right here. Glenn, oh my gosh. Glenn, how are you? Haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, we were just talking about my new job. So you haven't heard about my new job. I am going to be the executive director of Xbot Robotics out of Seattle. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. Okay, so I'm guessing, based on the instructions, that this is going here and here. I know Zach said he was following along. So hopefully I did this right, Zach, with the offset. Yeah, I just signed the contract today, so it's now official that I'll be starting on Monday, the first day of the job. And you won't have to worry about my streaming, because there's actually a clause in my contract that allows me to stream without a conflict. So yeah. So see, I was looking after you guys too. Make sure we can still have our family of people who like to watch and talk about Lego. And you're doing well enough still moving stuff from your old place to the new place. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad things are going well. Yeah, Vicarious Brickstress is a new person in our chat. She's out of Hawaii. She's also a member of the Women's Brick Initiative. And she also has been encouraging me, which I need to do, by the way, Vicarious Brickstress, is I need to promote my, in fact, let's see if do I have it here. No, it's in the other room. I have to promote getting more votes for my Corgi Brickhead. I need to do that. Thanks for thinking of us, Brickanisa. Oh, you're welcome. And also it's fun for me too. I love, you know, this little community that we have, and especially with that collab that we have coming up at Bricks by the Bay. I think the Mega Micropolis Metropolis multiverse and having, like I said, I just have this idea of steampunk engines, you know, steampunk airships flying around, you know, the cuckoo, the cuckoo cloud city, you know. We have to make sure the micro scale is still there, but you can still work on the landscape. Corgi, yes, Corgi, exactly. It's like in the way you put it in all caps. Corgi. Good morning, Hooded One. How are you? We're working on this mech armor set that came with the, this is in the new series of Marvel superheroes, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I made my announcement official, by the way, at the start of this hour, that I will be the next executive director of XBot Robotics starting on Monday. So yeah, I posted a couple of links on my Instagram bio with the schedule, and cheer on XBot 488. Yeah. So it's just amazing how many different schools or different teams are participating in this too, from all around the world. And it's been fun to watch. And, the team spirit too, they have different, it's not quite like a Comic-Con convention, where people will be wearing different outfits, but some of them are putting on, different things. Okay, what's going on here? Did I miss? I think I was supposed to put also those brackets on the bottom. Yeah, I think I missed that step. Did I miss that step? Well, okay. Yeah, it looks like they have it on both sides. I should have thought about that. I hope you're doing well, Hooded One. Yeah, like I said, I'm super excited. I just signed the paperwork today. Should be fun. Okay, I don't see any more of these brackets. These guys. This is what I'm looking for, is this up bracket. Unless, did I not have to put it there? Maybe this one doesn't have to be there, that this only has to be here. Like I said, those instructions were confusing. I said it earlier. Okay, so I'm going to move that over there. And that way we can put this. Yeah, so this is the piece that I was like going, I don't know. Okay. Well, we're gonna do that. Like hopefully I don't get derailed later. Even if I do, we can always make it up. Yeah, and you also missed my I was trying to play some music and there was a corpse song that came up, which was crazy. I was kind of like, nope, did not mean to do that. Yeah, that was a major mistake. Lego instructions are never confusing. Okay. I mean, you've seen me put together, like the last Technic Monster Jam truck that I put together. That didn't come out as expected, but it's also Technic. Technic is another level of insanity, I think. Okay, I just want to check. Is this the purple one or is this the tooth one? I'm looking at the down bracket. Okay, it looks purple. All right, because we have, just so you know what I'm looking at, we have these purple 1x1 down brackets, which is awesome. I don't think I've seen them in purple before, so that's another cool thing about the parts in this set. But the other thing that is in here are these 1x1 down, 1x1, where can't I find the camera? 1x1 down brackets that have the tooth. So we have that too. Yeah. Okay. And you'll have to forgive me as I'm still trying to adjust with this camera being in a different position. I think this goes here. Make sure that this is on the other side. Yeah. Okay. The Wolverine set was the same way, offset. So I think the similar build detail. Yeah, I think you're right. So hopefully I did this correctly. All right, it says to put this over here. And I'm guessing right here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're still okay. This actually looks like a little land speeder if you look at it like this. Which, speaking of which, several of the RLFMs have been posting today about, May the 4th be with you, and the Luke Skywalker land speeder that's coming out for like $199, something like that. So yeah, should be interesting. I am excited about the fact. Uh-oh. Hold up. Okay, there we go. I was worried that I thought I was off a little bit. What I do like about it is that you don't have the standard, gray color palette of Star Wars all the time. Yeah, the offset is just weird, exactly. Do I have my Lego storage arranged more by color or piece? Mine is by piece, though there are some exceptions. I have like a bin of lavender because I've been doing a lot of lavender builds, so I kind of just set them aside. But in general, yes, they're all by shape or element, depending on who you talk to. So here's that piece that is used on a hinge for the driver to get in. You're totally buying that speeder? Yeah, the colors look amazing on that speeder. So I think, Lego has done a good job on that. It's kind of like the Mos Eisley Cantina, right? That one also was nice because it wasn't the same color palette. If the new speeder is only $199.99, it might be a good purchase for May 4th. Actually, you should purchase it May 1st if you're VIP, because I have a feeling that thing is going to be gone. Ooh, this is different. So they're putting in this trans panel, or it actually looks like it's a book cover, the way the notches are on here. And this is going to go here. So it's almost like a windshield. So that's a little different. That's a little different than what we've seen on some of the other mechs. So this little windshield piece. Yeah, if you want that and you want it in time for May 4th, you better go May 1st, because it's going to drop on May 1st. In fact, May 1st, it's going to be busy because they're dropping that, and also the botanical lines are dropping that day as well. It's going to be a busy, busy day. All right, so let's see. I think I got this in reverse. There we go. Yeah, so here's that major piece that we put together so that the little dude can go in there. Yeah, I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan, not like others. I mean, I could hold my own when talking about the characters and the universe, but when it comes to Lego, in fact, is there anybody here who's a big Lego Star Wars expert? Because if you are, have I got a proposition for you? It's actually not a proposition, it's a request. Because, Remy and I have been thinking about who could we invite to our show on Wednesday at 6 o'clock Pacific time, who really knows Star Wars, because it's May the 4th be with you, right? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who already have been, requested to be on various shows. But you never know. They may be willing to help out this little ragtag team of streamers. So I know that there's a guy named TK Bricks who I think does all Star Wars. And I know Amish Ace does Star Wars, but I know he'll be streaming that day. So he probably won't be available. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big day. So we got lots going on. Now, I do like how this little telephone piece is kind of covering that ball joint. It gives it a little more character, but it also makes it limited as far as where it can go, because it won't give you a full rotation. It could be also from this piece too. Lars Homestead Kitchen. I wouldn't say I was an expert on Lego Star Wars. Oh, what's the gift with purchase? Botanicals, though, maybe going twice. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think the botanicals are going to sell out because of Mother's Day as well. Because you got Mother's Day, you got Star Wars coming up. It's definitely going to be a busy day. So if you're going to go, like I'm thinking about going, I want the botanicals. So I think I'm going to need to get to the Lego store on Sunday to get there to be able to buy it. But I don't know what the gift with purchase is. Well, Glenn, if you are available, and the other thing is you have to cosplay. You would be a great Obi-Wan Kenobi. Though I know that that's usually a term we say for Cornado. So if Cornado shows up, we can ask him. Because he definitely, and you know, we have that Ewan McGregor movie that's coming out too, right? Isn't he in this movie coming out soon? Obi-Wan. You said you're a decent Star Wars expert or a deceit. I don't know that word. Deciate. You're a deciate Star Wars. Well, I think, especially when it comes to Lego, like I said, I can probably talk about the universe fairly intelligently, but it's the, you know, with respect to Star Wars that, you know, I don't know. Okay. All right. I think we got our little legs going. Cornado would be a good choice. To be Obi-Wan or to be a guest on the show, or both. Okay, let's see. I think I may have put these on backwards. It's just looking at the photo. I think the curve piece is supposed to be on the inside. Okay, let's pop that off, turn it around. Yeah, I think he's mentioned, I think on the chat in the past about how he's big into to Obi-Wan Kenobi specifically. Oh, okay. I see what they did there. When you have the curve in the middle, it allows you to move it more out. Okay. All right. Hopefully I did that right. I'm just checking. Yeah, checking that. Well, I've got to work on my outfit too, because if I want to pull off Rey, I have to get the hair right. And I don't know if I can do those 3 buns going down the back of her head. I'm not sure if I could pull that off. I might be able to pull it off. I'm going to have to experiment between now and then. That's for sure. I'm not big into cosplay. I don't do a lot of cosplay. I usually rely on hats. You probably notice I'm big into hats. So hats are a simple way to cosplay things. Yeah, and you probably notice if you've been watching that I've got a lot of these little small brackets that are in here. And of course, these mixel joints. Yeah, I think the other thing going back to the job is that it's nice when people are excited that you're going to be joining the team versus, well, we're going to give you 90 days. And then if we think you're good enough, you know, then we'll talk about long term. But no, they're just so excited to have me joining. And it's just great people there. By the way, Brittany's a great stream with Alyssa. Was a bit early for me to watch live. Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm glad. And the reason why it was earlier was a couple of reasons. Alyssa and Remy are both on the East Coast. So, you know, we started at 6 o'clock my time, which is, you know, 9 o'clock for them. And that show went for almost 2 full hours. I mean, we went for like an hour and 40 minutes. wasn't expecting it to be that long. And to ask a guest to be on, at midnight till 2 in the morning, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. And Remy's the co-host too. And, we were just talking about that, about how having it at that time is just going to work on Wednesdays. Speaking of bars, did you get the Classic Space and Octan hats? I got the Classic Space hat. I still have to order something online though to get it. That's the problem, is that it's like, here's the code, but we're not going to send you anything until you've actually ordered something online, which kind of sucks. I don't like that part of it. That's something which is, to me, it's kind of like, really, Lego? Yeah, that's a little cheesy, but I do have the code. I have the code. I still have to get the hat. But yeah, like I said, I'm big into hats, so I am excited about that. Okay, so I do like this detail. I don't know if you can see that, but they have this little tooth piece, which is kind of covering up that mixel. So you don't see that joint as much. So that's a nice detail. You have the Classic Space. You're waiting to order for the Octan. Yeah. Yeah, you got to get on that as far as ordering. You got the code, but you have to order something. Well, and that's the other thing is maybe this is what I'll do. Maybe I will go into the store to get the botanicals and then order something. Well, no, maybe I should pick up a Star Wars thing and then order the botanicals online when they drop. So then they arrive later. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I mean, it's hard, right? When you have all these choices, it's just like, Lego, you're making it so hard for us. I mean, we want to buy everything, but we can't afford everything. At least most of us can't. Okay, where's my other? There it is. I was looking for this inverse piece. And I'm glad you liked that. In fact, send me a private message later about, that was our first episode. So if there's something that we could have done different that would have been better, or if you thought the format was okay, or yeah, she was so much fun to have on the show. And in fact, breaking news, she's also agreed to be on Mock Improv. So she's going to be on the next Mock Improv along with Agents of Mock. So Alicia and Troy from Agents of Mock, Alyssa, 9 Brick City, and I've got the Brick Babe as well. She's going to come on, possibly her daughter as well, Mo. Yeah, it's going to be a good episode. I'm very, very excited about that. So that'll be May 15th that we're going to do that one. Yeah, so just, I haven't gotten to know Alyssa very well until fairly recently. Yeah, so she's just fun to hang out with. And she does so much for the community, too. I mean, she's just amazingly generous. I mean, she gave out $2,000 in prizes, grand prizes, and she gave out sets for each level of the competition. There were 5 levels of the competition. I mean, it was just insanely generous and very kind of her. So I think, there's, I think that the more people I meet in the Lego community, the more I'm very humbled by their generosity and their camaraderie and their spirit. I think it's humbling. It really is. And if I had the money to be able to do that, I would like to, but that's why I have Thrifty Thursdays. I could drop $20 on a set more frequently than I can drop more than that. Okay, what am I missing here? I'm missing a tooth. That's because it's supposed to be here. There we go. Yeah. What's great about mechs is that they are symmetrical. Okay, so here we go. Here's where we're going with this right now. you're hearing a lot of the pre-orders of a lot of sets that sold out. Yep. Yeah, the pre-orders of the botanicals all sold out. So what I plan to do, and now that I'm talking out loud, is May 1st, so April 30th on at what, 9 p.m. Pacific? Yeah, I might have to go on to order when it drops regularly. Yeah, because I know a few people who've already ordered the botanicals because they missed out the first time. So yeah, I totally agree on that. But I don't need the botanicals like right for Mother's Day, whereas other people do. Yeah, my mom would look at me like, "Why are you giving me Lego?" I don't like Lego. You like Lego. I could hear it already. So yeah, my mom would not be getting a Lego set for me. Even if I made it ahead of time, she would not appreciate it. Even Target Botanical pre-orders sold out. Oh wow. You're surprised what Alyssa sold or said, that she could not use an image of a generic brick in the Brickmaster logo? I believe that's not true. Actually, it is true, because if you notice the logos of anybody who's an R-Lock or a, I think the brick she's referring to is the 2x4 brick, because I have seen logos with 1x1s and some other things, but the iconic 2x4 brick, I believe, is the one that you cannot use. So yeah, no, she was very careful about all of her branding. And you heard her say that she made the logo close enough to Lego as far as Brickmaster as a term, but not Lego, so that, you know, it just said Brickmaster on it. So yeah, I think that she's very smart. Definitely smart about things like that. Now this is interesting. I'm gonna just let me bring my light over so you can see this a little bit better. So this is a rounded dot at the top, like one of those tombstone pieces. It's a cheese wedge, and then they put two of these 1x1s with the clip, and then put this ball joint down in there, so it holds those two clips together, and it goes into the base of this it's not a 1x5, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's this piece here. You can kind of see that better. It's, I think, a Technic piece, but it has like 5 locations, but it's not considered a 1x5. Yeah. Our lugs get their logos reviewed by the Lego Grip. Exactly. Lagola has a 2x4 in the logo. Oh, okay. It is a 1x5? Okay. But it's a rounded 1x5 with an axle in the middle. There we go. 1x5 Technic plate. Thank you. All right. So just so you know, I think what I like about this is that they use 2 of these 1x1 with clip. So these guys, these 1x1 with clip, they put 2 of these and stack them together. And then they put this Technic bar right through the middle there, like that. And that gives you that little kind of shoe piece. Very, very cool. Like I said, I learn a lot from Lego with these techniques. Okay. And going back to the generosity of Alyssa. So $2,000 for the grand prizes, plus sets at every level. And at each level, she had, you know, 1, 2, 3, or 4 people she was sending prizes to. Plus she had the shipping on top of that. It was crazy. It was like, yeah, the Brickanista will send you a sticker. So if you want one of these stickers, right? I can't get it into the frame. May the clutch be with you. I've sent a lot of stickers with prizes and things. You know, I don't have that kind of budget. I just don't. I mean, that's for prizes. She doesn't, I mean, think about also these sets that she buys on her own for herself. I mean, just like I said, it's amazing. But she did say she is looking for sponsors. So she is looking for sponsors if she's going to do this again. Because I don't think she should carry that burden on her own. So maybe some group that has a large inventory of these items who might be interested in co-sponsoring and providing some of these gifts. Maybe they might be interested. Who could that be? Bricklink calls Technic plate 1x5 with smooth ends, 4 studs, and center axle hole. Stickers are always appreciated here. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, I'm sending you some stickers because we're doing a trade right now. Zach and I are talking about doing a trade because I have one of these. What is it? The party bus, the Lego party bus. In fact, I just got it out of storage. So sorry, I haven't sent it out yet, but I just got it out of storage and I need to box it up and send it to you. So yeah, so and we're trading because he has some of those the video season 2 or series 2. He's got some of those extras. So yeah, we're doing a trade. So I'll send you some stickers in there too. That bus is too cool. Yeah, yeah. Max Braun, we were just talking about you. The godfather of Micropolis is here. Yeah, we were talking about you because remember I sent you that question about you know, airplanes and things floating in the air on over Micropolis. So yeah, we're going to be brainstorming on how we can do that for Bricks by the Bay. Okay, so I am talking and looking, so I'm trying to catch up where I'm at. Okay, I think that's correct. Okay. Yeah. So we talked about the Mega Micropolis Metropolis multiverse, and we're going to do this at Bricks by the Bay. I did mention you, and we're even talking now about steampunk ships that would be floating over the city, cloud cities that could be floating over the city too. So yeah, now you're thinking a zip line. Oh, that's a great idea. A zip line. Wow. Yeah, zip line or wasn't there some troop that did like a tightrope walk between some buildings? Well, but don't forget, this is micro scale. So you also have to consider that you can't really put figures in a set, but a zip line does, you know, just having like I had one of these earlier, but having one of those fine cords between a building, that could be doable. Yeah, so the Mega Micropolis Metropolis multiverse is going to become a reality. It will happen. If PT and I have any say to it, and I think Remy is going to be there too. A hairline. Well, it's if you look at the standard, here, I'll give you some perspective. So hold on a minute. So imagine if you build these cities, this is a car. So you would have a 1x2 jumper with a 1x1 plate, and that's the size of a car in this universe. So if you wanted to build a zip line for a character, imagine the character is small enough to get into here. You feel like Gulliver when you look at Micropoli. Yeah, definitely. So when we were talking about like the Cuckoo City, right? That Unikitty's Cuckoo Palace could be made microscale, but you wouldn't put Unikitty in it, but you'd stylize it so that it's clearly the the Unikitty Cloud City. And that could easily be made in a Micropolis style, but it would have to be, we'd have to figure out how do we levitate that over the city without destroying the city below. You can dock the airship on a building. Yes, when it comes to the the Micropolis steampunk airships, those can be done that way. But when you think about the Unikitty, Cloud City, how would you mount that? And that's when I was talking about you might have those lifter arms, the clear lifter arms. I got inspired looking at a build of the Fortress of Solitude by this Irish builder. She was interviewed by Beyond the Brick. Yeah, she made this amazing Fortress of Solitude using those lifter arms. And I said, I have some of those. I could do that. So yeah, we'll have to see. We shall see how this all comes together. But I think between me and PT, Zonker, a few other, Bill Ward maybe, we have a lot of Micropolis builders in the Bay Area. I think we can come up with something. It would be fun. And then you can really call it a multiverse, right? That's one layer that I haven't seen too much in Micropolis in general. And some people are purists. They're not going to be happy about it. So that's why it's a collab. And it would be probably our own. Maybe we'll connect it to another city, depending on how Bricks by the Bay reacts to it. Because there are some theme coordinators who, one of them specifically asked me about my round towers and asked if it was going to be off standard. I was like, no, you can build a round tower and it still looks like it's part of a city. Yeah, he wasn't that excited about it. So I'll tell you more, PT. That was behind the scenes that you did not hear about. Yeah, but one of the coordinators was like questioning whether we should even have it at this particular show, to be not named. So, yeah. Okay, this is where I got to concentrate here. Okay, this goes on this side. Bill is talented and has some great builds. Yeah, definitely. Bill Ward, Zonker, we have a lot of talented builders. And I mentioned that too when I was on the Agents of Mach show, that there's a picture of me with Zonker and Bill Ward at a mini maker fair. And that was also the story of the little boy, the 7-year-old boy, Paolo, who built a Micropolis build overnight and brought it in so he could be part of the city. You're always the last to know. Actually, you're not the last to know in this case because, I haven't talked to Zonker, I haven't talked to Bill, I haven't talked to anybody else really. So you're not the last to know. That's funny. Okay, we are, though, on the last leg, or I shouldn't say leg, last arm of this, because we're now going to work on the arms. Yeah, but no, I really love working on collabs. And then in this case, we're declaring it's a multiverse, right? So if it's a multiverse, that means that things are going to happen that are not normal to a regular city. So we've already declared that. So they're just going to have to live with it. If they don't like it, that's what we're doing. Okay, yeah, like I said, these have some really tricky angles on here, so that's why I'm being careful. By the way, I have a PDF for building large-scale brick build wheels. Ooh, but most of them could be used for round towers in microscale. Yes. Yes, I would love to see that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. See, that's the other thing I like about collabs is that people come up with different ideas and they share their ideas with others. Okay, so there's one of the arms there. This is kind of small for a a mech in general, but it's got some amazing detail. It's really, really well done. Yeah, I think I did 5 collabs when I was at Bricks Cascade, because I did Jurassic Park, I did the Tricky Lug collab, I worked on Micropolis, I worked on the Harbor Scale collab, and then did I say Jurassic Park already? Ooh, do share. Yeah, in fact, what you should do, Hooded One, is create one of these Micropolis modules and ship it over. Be part of this collab. That would be awesome. We would love to have your contribution. Yeah, I think that's probably where we're going to go, is that we'll have people send things rather than requiring them to register, because to drop $90 and you can't even be there, that's not really fair. We'll put a link on the Discord. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for doing that. Well, I think, though, too, it would be great if you and others here in the chat who want to participate in the collab, it'd be wonderful to have you part of, I think, and Max, if you're still on, when he and I were talking, I think this will be the first time anybody's shown like floating things over a micropolis. I know they've done airports because I did some research there, but people have done the airports, but not necessarily the airplanes flying over the city and getting ready to land. Like I said, I've done a little bit of research, not a lot. Uh-oh, another social media thing to get to learn. It's actually, it's similar to Slack. If you're familiar with some of the communication platforms, it's really just a place where people can, you know, post ideas. It's not that difficult. Okay. So now we're doing that big hand thing like last time. And I think, going back to our earlier question, I don't think there's a pinky. I'm pretty sure there's not a pinky. In fact, that's our next step. Yep, definitely not a pinky. This one's different because since it's a Black Panther, they're using, well, actually the other one was Panther-like because it was the Wolverine. But yeah, so this one, okay, well, let's put these claws on first because this is easier. We're putting these, but there's another, they said to put another one over here, which maybe it's right here on that. It doesn't look like it based on the photo, though. It looks different. I don't know. I guess that's right. Zach, are you building this right now? Did you end up putting the claw here on this little spoke? I mean, I guess it looks right. Oh, I think I see the difference. Okay. I think I put this on backwards. That's why it doesn't look like the photo. There we go. Okay. So they have this little spoke. And see, they could have easily put a pinky here. Okay. Okay, let's see what they put on the other side, but that could easily be a place for the pinky. You're not there yet? Okay. All right, so we got this claw thing going. They are taking over the world. Is there a brain? I don't think so. I think we're pretty much, the brain is pretty much the minifig in here. And then that closes up. This one has a windshield, though, which I think is super hilarious. And it's tinted. It's like, we don't want bugs on your face, but, you know, the rest of your mech is open air. Anyway, I just think that's pretty hysterical. Pinky and the brain. Oh, okay. See, I missed the joke. That's funny. Yeah. But going back to the pinky, if this piece is open, they could have easily added another one. I mean, come on, Lego. Really? You didn't have enough for another claw? I have extra claws. I'm pretty sure I have extra claws that we could put in there. Yeah. The mech still has more fingers than the minifigures. That's true. That is very true. Though I think a minifigure fully articulated with fingers would look kind of weird. I don't know. But good point, Max. So I don't know, Max. And I know that you know what I'm talking about, that there's a couple purists out there. When they see our multiverse, they're probably going to freak. But I'll tell them, I ran this by the Godfather. So you're my out. I'll say the Godfather didn't have a problem with it. Why do you have a problem with it? Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm a little worried because I have two of these. I have two of these left over. That's not good. I must have missed a step if this is the end. Okay. So we've got this going down. All right, where would I be missing? Let's see if there's a place I might be missing those. Okay, let's see. Am I done yet? Might not be done yet. In 5 years or less, there'll probably definitely be a Pinky and the Brain movie, given the state of things. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so I'm looking at my extra pieces, and there's two things I need to do. All right, one of them is these are the little claws for the Panther himself. So these need to go in here. Oh boy, why are you not clutching? There we go. So very similar to Wolverine as far as having those. All right. So we got that. And where did I miss? I have two of these left over. So I'm going to see if I can figure out where they go. Because those are covered. Those are covered. Yeah, I think oh, what do you bet? They're back here. Okay, I'm gonna do a judgment call and save there on the back. It's Lego, everything goes. We don't care what other people think about it. Very true, which is why we're gonna do this Mega Micropolis Metropolis multiverse. So if people don't like seeing, a Unikitty Cloud City over the regular city, it's not their mock, right? It's our mock. Yeah. Okay, so we got the mech. I'm going to add the pinkies to this because they have an open connection right there. There's no reason why they couldn't have added a pinky. So we're going to add the pinky because this is the Brickanista Broadcast Network and pinkies matter. Uh-oh. Oh, no. All right, there we go. Need to do some major rearrangement in here. Okay, so I need to find some black. I need to find some black claws in here. I thought I had some. This is my tooth drawer. Maybe I have some green ones. They could have green pinkies. Yeah, how can you do a pinky promise if you don't have a pinky? Yeah, I'm just saying, Lego. All right, let's see if I have some in black. No. Maybe it's gonna have to be green, and then I'll just have to, if I want to make this whole, I'll have to do that. Oh, wait a minute. This has an axle, but I think that might be too small for this. Let's see. Huh? That could work. Okay, that's an option. Okay, take care, Hooded One. And thanks for sending that link on the Discord. Appreciate that. I may not have it in black. Like I said, just looking at my little bag of tricks here. But I might have two of these. Those two might work. Okay, so these are going to be our two options. We're either going to go with the green or the black. I'm going to start with the black first because if it works, we just go for that. And I do like this new method of using this little pad. So this may be a continuing thing we do on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. Okay. Yeah, so we'll be known here for adding pinkies to our mechs since they don't like to put them on. And especially when they have an open connection. I mean, come on, Lego. Really? Okay, so here's one option is to do it this way. And the other option would be to do it this way. And I'm guessing, yeah, we'll do it this way. I think, yeah. It doesn't have the best clutch, but it does fit. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh, yeah, so much better. Look at that. That's an actual hand. All right, Lego, you had an open connection. You could have easily added one more of these black claws, but we're going to go with these instead because our mechs can do pinky promises. Other mechs can't, but we can. Okay, there's our modification. As you can see, with the 5 now, we have 5 fingers. See, now we can do a 5-finger death punch. We can do a pinky promise. We can do a real fist. So, and like I said, silliness abounds here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. So we're going to put our little guy in here, raise his hands, so that way he'll fit into the mech. And that's kind of tight. Might have to take those claws off, but let's see if we can raise them up a little more. Yep, there we go. Yeah, those claws are pretty weird, but it does fit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen for a moment. Okay, so there you have it. We have the Black Panther Mech with full 5 fingers instead of just 4 Lego. And yeah, I have to look at the movie about he has 4 or 5 fingers, doesn't he? Or 4 fingers and a thumb? All right. I'm sticking with this. We're not going to go pinkyless, especially when you have an open connection there. Makes no sense. It's like, that's right. See, I can even do a high 5 now too. You can't do a high 5 when you only have 3 fingers and a thumb. It's a high 4. Right. Okay. Now I'm being super silly. Okay, my friends. So there you have it. We just worked on the Black Panther Mech Armor. It's interesting because compared to the Wolverine, I think I like this one better. First of all, I like the color scheme better. The other one had more yellow in it, yellow and red. This one has black and purple, and I'm big into lavender, so black and purple really, really works. Low 5s work as well too. Yeah. I am a little disturbed that Lego didn't want to add a pinky to either one of these. I mean, come on, especially this one because it has the open axle from that piece, that car piece. They could have easily added 2 more pieces. I don't think that would have broken their budget that much for the price point. They could have done that. This one has really nice articulation too. And I think I like this better. Also, the nice pre-printed pieces in here. I like it. Yeah, so I like the fact that the Wolverine actually comes with the Wolverine minifig as well, because I think those are harder to get. But as far as the actual mech design, I like this one better. You're liking the Wolverine build a bit more, but not finished yet. Oh, okay. It can do a shaka. Yes, exactly. The shaka from in Hawaii. Yeah, you can't do that. Let me see if I can actually get that. These are a little bit low, but it's close. It's close. But yeah, you need 5 total, 4 fingers and a thumb. You need 4 fingers and a thumb. Oh, speaking of which, what happens if I change this to the thumb? Excuse me. All right. I'm going to do another modification here, because remember the set came with 4 of these. And so I'm going to go back to my down camera. Hold up. Let's add this back. All right. So I'm looking at this thinking, all right, they had this downwards for the thumb. If we did the pinky, it would be going the same direction. All right. Now, the only problem with this on this outer edge is that it will hit this. Oops, sorry. It will hit this section right here. So actually what I did originally works better. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. Maybe they didn't put that in there because it just was hitting too much. Let me try this forward. Okay, if we do it forward like that, put the thumb in place here. Okay. I don't know, I'm starting to think I may have liked the other one better. Though, I don't know, thumbs are usually bigger and pinkies are thinner. Okay, let's reverse this. Let's do it this way. Yeah, the trans purple book cover windscreen. Yeah, that was surprising because does he really need a windscreen? I mean, it's like we don't want any bugs hitting his face unless it's for navigation, right? Sometimes, especially with the new mechs, you might want something to help you navigate. All right, so here's the other option where I've put the other pieces as for thumbs. That works too. Here, let me go back to my front camera. Either way, the Brickanista has 5 fingers, 4 fingers and a thumb for her mechs. So if you want to get into the club, you will add a thumb or a finger, a pinky as well. My guess is that's what it's supposed to be. As far as the windscreen or as far as the thumb. I like the thumb, I think, now that I look at it this way, because it is thicker and it's shorter, whereas these look longer. So I think I'm going to roll with this. This is the modification, right? If you want to use Lego terms, this is the mod of the mech. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's happening this week. This Friday, tomorrow, is Earth Day. And for those of you who remember a year ago, what happened on Earth Day is I face planted on the ground about an hour before I was supposed to go on the air. And I think I'll have to pull up this image of me holding a frozen bag of blueberries on my face while I'm streaming. And Pinky's thumbs, this is a panther. Who would have me neither? Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Um, so I'm very appreciative of Earth Day because it made me realize on that day I could have become paralyzed. Also with my dad, his recent injury, his spinal cord injury. So I'm very grateful for Earth Day. I'm planning to do the weekend brick limit this weekend, but we're adding the 22nd. So if you want to add another build for tomorrow, in fact, let me put this in the chat. So weekend brick limit special 3-day weekend. And that's going to be the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And that's going to be, oops, it didn't take my 22nd. 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So we're going to do a weekend, hashtag weekend brick limit, and hashtag eco the brick, and come up with builds that have 22, 23, and 24 pieces, and specifically with regard to environmental issues. There have been some amazing builds that have come through already with people who have submitted them. And I don't have prizes. Sorry, I don't. I'm not Alyssa. I don't have several $1,000s to burn on prizes. But it goes back to, for building, it's a way to share what we have and be a part of this community, and also raise awareness for people who may not be in the community about ecology and environmental issues. So that's what's happening this weekend. I will be back on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And what I'm thinking about doing this Sunday is, I was mentioning about building a bigger set as one option. And then I would start it at the 1 o'clock show and then try to finish it at the 9 o'clock show. So that's one option that I'm toying with. This Sunday is the relay, the brick relay for Twitch. So I'll be working with Cranky Bricks, Set to Build, Dr. Cat, and Brick and Nick in sequence. We still have to figure out the sequence. I'll probably be last. And then the other option I was thinking about is doing a Brickanista on the Move, and maybe going back to the library where I started the Brickanista on the Move episodes, because the anniversary is actually the 25th, which is Monday. So I think if I do that, it would be almost an homage to our friend, the psychic, Violet, because Violet also, if you go back a year, she predicted I would be working with K-6 kids and talking to universities, deans, and other things, which is part of what this job will be. Is the relay monthly now or still weekly? No, the brick relay has always been monthly. The other groups who do the Tuesday brick raid trains, those are always weekly, but our brick relay has been monthly from the beginning. So yeah, so this coming up Sunday is the brick relay for Twitch, but I don't have to do a specific theme for that. So I was thinking, there's one set, for example, the medieval castle, that I thought might be cool to do at 1 o'clock to start the build, and then continue on Twitch to finish the build. Because now that I'm going to be starting my new job, I'm probably not going to be able to do like Sunday and Monday back to back. So just, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see, send me a note, on Discord or on Instagram. Send me a message and just let me know. So Sunday at 1 o'clock is kind of going to be right now up in the air. I may do a Brickanista on the Move because I haven't really taken my laptop out. I need to check the weather too. But it would be kind of cool if I went back to the library where this all started, when I started the Brickanista on the Move episodes. And then the Sunday evening on the raid train, or I'm sorry, the brick relay, I'll probably do a build, a bigger build. I still am thinking about it. Smash that like button, folks. Yes, of course. Yes. Oh, what's a brick relay? On Twitch, there's something called raids. So when you're finished with your show, you typically raid another channel and you bring your audience with you to that next channel. And in what I've done is partnered with 4 other builders, and once a month we do a relay, like passing the baton. And it's usually starts with Brick and Nick, who's out of Toronto. and then goes to, in the past, it's gone to Cranky Bricks over in the UK. So it may go to Cranky or it may go to Set to Build, one of the two. And then it'll go to the other one. And then it'll go to probably Dr. Cat and then to me. And usually we stream for like 3 hours at a time, and then we pass it over to the next person. And then this way you get to be introduced to several other builders. And this particular group of builders focuses on mocks. And that's part of the reason why we started that, because we felt that's our specialty, and that's what we like to do. So laughing, oh, you kids. Yeah, and please, people, as PT said, if you like this, please remember to like and subscribe to the stream. Thursdays, I always do Thrifty Thursdays. I focus on a set that's $20 or less. There have been some amazing sets. This one is particularly good because of the fact of all the mixel joints that are in here. You could do a lot of sculpting, but if you're going to do anything that requires plates, this may not be the best choice if you're going to do kind of rebricks and that kind of thing. But Thursdays I do that. Sundays I usually do some sort of, variety kind of show. Sometimes I do mock improv, which is where we do work on a 16 by 16 plate and create something based on what the audience gives us. I've done Brickanista on the Move. I've done some interviews. I might do an interview this Sunday. Right now it's kind of up in the air. We'll see what I decide to do. And then Sunday Twitch will be the brick relay. That's something we've already decided on. But yes, remember to like and subscribe. Does Dr. Cat do mocks? Yes, she does. In fact, she just got a couple awards for some of the mocks she made. She has done a tartan quilt, which is apparently there is a Pride pattern, which is for Pride Month and Pride throughout the year. So she made a mosaic of the tartan quilt or tartan pattern. She did that. She also got an award for her Lego crochet. She did a blanket. So there was a wearables category at Bricks Cascade, and that was a mock as well. So yeah. And she also has done some mosaics. If you ever look at her stream, she's got some mosaics in her backdrop. She's designed and built all of those. Does she stream mocks? Sometimes. The thing is, she is also a recognized Lego fan media site, so she's required to stream a lot of the sets. So I'm not sure how often she does that. Your Thrifty Thursday is my favorite show. Oh, thank you, Max. I appreciate that. And you got to go. Okay, have a good evening. Thanks for dropping by, Max. Really appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, too, for just hanging out with me as I build. And like I said, I've already talked with my future boss. They know I stream and I don't make money from this, as you know. That's why we have Thrifty Thursdays. And so just the fact that this is more like a hobby for me, and it's a way for me to also get some creativity and good ideas from the chat as well. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And if you please, you can like and subscribe to the stream. We would appreciate that. And if you want to send me snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 31956, Seattle, Washington, 98103. And thanks again, everybody. It's just been awesome getting back into the groove again. As you know, when I was in Arizona, I had to kind of adjust my schedule. But I'm bringing back Wednesdays. So Wednesday at 6 o'clock Pacific. We have Thursdays at 9 o'clock. We have Sundays at 1 p.m. on YouTube and then 9 p.m. on Twitch. So 4 days a week that I'll be streaming, at least for the near future. So we'll see how things go. But anyway, and thank you so much for all the well wishes too with my new job. I'm so excited about it and really appreciate all of you being here. Thank you, PT, Zach, Vicarious Brickstress, Glenn, Max, anybody else who may be lurking in the stream or watching this. Hooded One, thank you so much for hanging out and being a part of this. And I look forward to hanging out with you next time. And don't forget, hashtag Weekend Brick Limit. That's something that we do on Instagram. And then I will be back on Sunday live at 1 o'clock, doing something. Stay tuned. We'll let you know. So anyway, take care. Have a good evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye. May the clutch be with you.